Yeah, so this is part 5 of why I wrote Just Love Me a Little. I was in a really low, dark place. I was asking for literally the bare minimum from my marriage, from my relationship, and I was literally suffocating. And I was at my wit's end. So now I'm looking to, as I said before, I'm heavily a part of the ministry. I'm in the service team, part of the choir and stuff like that. We would have like 2 services every Sunday, one in Ken, one in Luton, and then we have a midweek service in like say Alban. So it was very full on. We were all like very dedicated and very busy. And yeah, so the church would have issues with like well, I wouldn't say issues, but at the time, the pastor was talking about how like the place needs renovation and like there's certain things that they want to do with the church. And if we can like give how God loves a giver, a cheerful giver. And I really liked how they were like really honest about what they needed the money for. And I thought, I've just moved back to Luton. I was working for 2 years at a previous company, so I was doing pretty okay. I'm pretty good with money. I'd saved quite a bit of money. So I decided to give the church £1,000. Yes. I can say it out loud now because before I was just like, oh, don't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. I'm like, calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down. Like, no, no, no. So I gave £1,000 to the church, and the renovation never happened. The renovation never happened, and the blessings that I was expecting, the blessings never came down either. I actually lost my job. I was actually struggling so much in Luton. I was actually striding against the tides of the waters instead of flowing with the waters. Like I was not in God's will, clearly. I was just literally suffering. Like the stuff that I went through in Luton really didn't have to happen. I guess it's helped me build thick skin, but it was hard. It was hard. I lost my job. I was out of work for a very long time. I finally got a temp job with this company, and I was just literally working from pillar to post. My finances were not good at all. Giving that 1k was like a terrible, terrible idea. So now, anyway, I'm part of the workers team, and my ex-husband was part of the workers team as well, even though I never saw him serve. Hindsight is a good thing, because now looking back, I can see how, the pastor really wanted him to stay behind as well, because he was doing his masters. So he was trying to get him involved as much as possible, and because we were both on like the service team WhatsApp group chat, that's how he got my number. So he privately messaged me, and I remember at the time, like, I went back to Manchester to visit my parents, to visit my family, and I think I was around for the weekend. I just remember checking my phone. I just saw a message pop up by him, and I opened up the message, and it literally said, I can get you a ring from Tiffany's, something like that. I'd like to get you a ring from Tiffany's. Not, oh, hi, how are you? How have you been? Noticed that you were not around this Saturday or something. I don't know. Literally, I can get you a ring from Tiffany's. And I just laughed it off. I just thought it was a joke. And I was just like, LOL, okay. But then, because there was so many sermons on like marriage and things like that, I decided to distance myself a little bit, because I just felt like it was a bit full on, and I don't really know who this person is. You don't know me either, and yeah, it was just very, very full on, so I just didn't continue to talk about that. So I go back to Luton and continue serving as usual, bearing in mind like my life was just in shambles. I was completely exhausted. My relationship with God wasn't good anymore. My relationship with God wasn't good anymore. I wasn't praying, but I was praying, but I wasn't like reading my word as much. I just didn't have time for my relationship with God anymore, because I was so busy. Serve. Everyone was just serve. And if you didn't serve, you were not spiritual, you were looked at as like a bad Christian, you were looked at like, you're not growing spiritually. So if you served a lot in the church, it meant that you really are growing spiritually. And, that was really hard. So I just didn't want to look like I wasn't spiritual. So I was serve like everybody else. And then that really took a toll on my mental health as well. Because after all the serving as well, I'll just come home to like, I was doing like house share at the time. So I just go home to my house. And I'm literally just on my ones, like it was crazy. So and who knows, that at the time, like, it was weird that he would message me, that he could get me a ring from Tiffany's. But like I said in my previous video, like, who knows, like maybe the pastor was talking to him previously. Maybe he had mentioned me to the pastor, that he likes me, because there were talks that if you did like somebody in the church, that you had to speak to the pastor. Oh yeah, I remember now. So, my ex-husband did tell me that he did show interest in me, and that somebody else in the church told him that if you are interested in someone, that you have to go to the pastor and tell him about it, so that he's like involved. Because there was this whole thing about like, you can't just get with a sister in the church without getting permission from the pastor, and the pastor has to like check if they're like really a nice good person or whatever. Just some nonsense. So I don't know if that had already happened by then. That's why he's like texting me about Tiffany's. But at least a hi, how are you? Like, get to know somebody, not straight to the kill. Like, get your Tiffany's. So you're probably wondering like how somebody's so eager to get with somebody. How did I end up being so desperate and like so desperate for love? And I was married to him. Yeah, I'll be talking about that in